Hey, what's up, guys? Justin with California Grenadiers again. Just finished installing the rear metal cloak control arms and track bar. It's a lot easier than the front. It was also because I knew what I was doing by then. So, pretty much the same process. What you do is you jack the car up, put some jack stands under the frames. I'm lucky that I have these white knuckle sliders. This made a really easy jack stand point. Jack the car up, put it on jack stands, then jack the axle up, put that on jack stands to support it, and then unbolt the lowers. Have to shift the axle a little bit around to accommodate the new lengths, because the recommended starting points are a little bit longer than factory. That's so that you can correct the suspension geometry back to where it should be at ride height. Makes the car handle like a stock vehicle. Very slight adjustments, less than an inch probably, but those little adjustments make a world of difference in suspension geometry. After you get the lowers in, then you unbolt the uppers, bolt them in. The rears have a lot of wiring and stuff, and they have like provisions for mounting the ABS wires and the emergency brake. The metal cloak arms, they include a provision to remount the emergency brake because that needs a hard attachment. But the ABS lines, they didn't put anything there. You don't really need that. You just zip tie it to the arms if you wanted to zip tie it to the arms to kind of get it out the way. I may be relocating all of these to get them up higher and out of the way. Kind of detach them from some of the attachment points on the axle, get a little bit of more slack out of those. Once I get longer brake lines in, probably strap them to those if I can, depends on the routing. But yeah, it was pretty straightforward. The rears are substantially beefier than the factory rears, and the bushings, the rebuildable joints, the Duraflex joints are amazing. They absorb a lot of vibration compared to the factory ones. The factory ones are great, don't get me wrong. But they put a lot of engineering and stuff into these joints. They're suspension specialists and have been for over a decade. So they know what they're doing. Really straightforward install here, guys. Just takes time. Give you guys a shot of the rear track bar. This was kind of a pain because the sway bar was in the way, but you just unmount it. Gets out of the way. So the track bar is adjustable too to help you recenter the axle. I didn't have to do much of an adjustment. It was maybe like a quarter of an inch longer than the factory one, and that pretty much centered the axle. I really won't be able to tell until I take it to a proper four-wheel alignment shop that can get the measurements and everything, front to back with lasers and things like that. Then I'll really be able to know. Could get this thing driving remarkable. So it's a fun project. It is my birthday today. I wanted to start on Friday, but I had work and I was tired. And I wanted to go out with my wife last night and my son. So I left the rears to today. But I would say it was a pretty fun birthday project. I've never installed a full link suspension on my birthday. I've done it on other random days on Jeeps, but it's a fun birthday gift to myself, fun Christmas gift to myself, fun time kind of being able to just be by myself and work on things in the garage. It's kind of my decompression zone. So pairing these up with the iBox springs in the rear, the HD springs, and this thing is going to drive incredible. It's going to have much more articulation. Really looking forward to getting this thing out on the trail and testing her out. I'm also looking forward to being able to get some longer shocks in here now and some longer brake lines. That'll be really cool. The iBox shocks work well the way they are now. As you can see, they're pretty close to fully drooped out. I mean, maybe there's like 2 or 3 more inches left on that, which isn't bad, but I'd like another 2 to 3 inches. That would give this rig a lot of capability, especially in the rocks. I do still need to adjust the front upper control arms. I'm going to tighten those down, shorten those down rather, about 1 more degree, and hopefully that'll eliminate the vibes on that double DC drive shaft you see up there. If it does, that thing's gonna be ready for you guys, hopefully. What else can I say about this, guys? It's been a fun build, fun little project here. I would make one recommendation if you guys are installing yourselves. So that upper right control arm, there's no way to get a wrench in there to tighten down that jam nut. So pre-tighten that jam nut. If you have a bench vise or something like that, just get a really big wrench and tighten that down. Make sure you get the joint in line as much as possible with the fixed joint. That way it all slides in nice and even, because you don't want these joints tweaked inside of the control arm brackets, so that'll cause some binding and stuff like that. So that one up there, torque it before you install it. As you can see back here also, the bottom control arm brackets, factory we're utilizing eccentric bolts, and that's great to help for pinion angle or thrust angle adjustment. But mine was damaged from off-roading. It was this one over here. I had to bend it out. You can see where it's all like gashed and stuff. But the actual nut that was being used there was gouged to hell. I'm lucky I still had 3 edges to grab on to get that off, so that was fortunate. Thankfully I got it off, and I was able to install the new metal cloak cam bolt eliminators, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. I'm thinking of potentially welding those in to kind of just eliminate the tab weak points there. If I can get that done, then this thing's gonna be a little more bulletproof. Just waiting for folks to develop some skid plates, some control arm bracket skid plates. Really just needs the lowers, the lower axle side and frame side. Get those, then you know, you can drag this thing across the rocks, and not too big of a deal. Still waiting on some skid plates from SPP. They're overseas. I want to test those things for them. We'll see if those come in. If they do, great. I'll drag this thing over the rocks. If not, then I'll have to figure something else out. Stuff in the US, because we're in the US, is a lot more built to our spec and more cost effective. Though the Euro stuff is nice, I don't feel it's made to the same standard as us. We just have some more serious off-roading here. Don't get me wrong, it's great stuff too. Nothing wrong with it. It's just we Americans tend to do things a little bit bigger, and maybe we're dumber. I don't know. We beat on things a little harder, drive stupid. I don't know. But it's really just, it's more cost effective to have it made over here. Don't have to pay for the shipping. Material costs are lower. Labor costs are probably lower. So just waiting on that kind of stuff to through, come down the pipes, hopefully. Also considering replacing the rear drive shaft with a maybe a double cardan. I don't think it would need a double cardan because it's long enough, but that would have to be tested out too. That's also known to be a possible failure point. Rear is not as severe as the front, so not super concerned with it right now. So let me know what you guys think. Would be nice to also see someone relocate that sway bar. It's a very odd design, having the sway bar hanging down like that. That's a potential spot to hang up and get stuck in between rocks and things like that. Usually the actual sway bar is tucked up by the frame somewhere, and the only thing that you can damage really are the links, and those are usually tucked down by the spring, out of the way of damage. So thought it was an interesting choice how they chose to put the sway bar down below. So let me see, maybe I'll show you guys the factory links here. Let's see if we can line these all up. So that's the factory rear track bar. The short links here are the upper control arms, the rears, and the long ones are the lower control arms for the rear. As you can see here, this was the damaged cam bolt. I was able to get that off, thankfully. I didn't really think about that fully when I started working on it, but I was able to get it off, so good there. Eccentric bolts, I hate them. Seen them fail multiple times. You can see right here where I kind of dragged that across some rocks, landed on a rock, dragged off of it. That's why we need skid plates for the control arm brackets. You can also see where it kind of dragged on here. It's pretty standard if you're going rock crawling. Factory components are beefy too. They'll definitely handle most anything most users can throw at them. Kind of damaged the front one here too. No big deal. Handled it well. Those are the factory links. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys plan on doing this install yourselves as well, or having it done professionally. Lots of shops can do it. You can do it yourself if you're mechanically inclined. I like to do things myself to vehicles so I know where everything is, how the suspension works, how all the components work. And I know that I can fine tune it and adjust it because I'm the one that did it and I know what needs to be done. So that's why I like to do it. I don't want to bring it to someone, pay someone to do something that I can do. This way at least I know how everything's set up, and if I'm out on the trail and I get some kind of weird damage, I know how to fix it. I know how to address things and adjust it. So that's why I tend to do things myself. Plus it's fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment, your questions, thoughts in the comments section below. I'll be sure to answer. If you guys need help, if you're tackling this on your own, I'd be happy to help you guys. If you guys reach out to me, I'll answer any questions you might have. If you guys are nearby, I'd even be willing to hang out with you and lend a hand. I won't do the wrenching, the majority of the wrenching, but I'd be glad to help you guys and kind of offer guidance and stuff. I've done several suspension kits on several types of Jeeps, TJs, JKs primarily, JLs. So I can definitely help. This is my first Grenadier that I've worked on, so it's basically identical to the Jeep. But I'd be glad to help you guys if you guys are nearby. So let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.